about it. Guess what? I'm going to do another beer review. The beer which I am going to review this afternoon, is another Hatherwood Original Bitter. I know I have had this before. This one I definitely use for shandy, but it was a long time ago. But they were cheap. I think they were, 4 of them were under £4, I believe. So this is their cheapest bottom end bitter. And I don't really know what this is meant to be, but a lot of the supermarkets do a cheap bitter, like Tesco with their blue and white stripe, but they're only about 2%. I mean, presumably they're cheap because there's not much in them. And they're very weak, very weak. I'm going to give this an open. And I'm going to give it a pour. Quite often with a lower alcohol beer, more of the work stayed as sugars, and so you get quite often a decent body on beers like this. It's clearly quite carbonated, but I would also say it's a reasonable colour for a bitter. There we go. It's a reasonable colour for a bitter. Not my speciality, but I'm gonna give it a nose. See what it pongs like. Yeah, that smells like beer to me. No, I'm really no good at that. Definitely malty, but not heavy. Not getting a lot of hop. If it's any hop at all, it's a bit grassy. It smells a bit grassy. I'm going to give this a flavour test. Yeah, reasonable body to it, reasonable mouthfeel. Not thick, but not thin. Quite a balanced flavour. On the sweet side of bitter. It's got a bit of bitterness. There's a residual bitterness. I'm going in again. I think that when I first encountered this product, I wasn't yet a homebrewer, and I don't think I had the appreciation that I have now. I know how difficult it is to produce a nice, balanced, drinkable pint of beer. There's an awful lot that goes into that. And so, you know, my bottom line is I have to judge it by my own standards. Although, when I brew well, my standards are good, it doesn't always work out that way. There's so many variables, so much that can go wrong, and the bottom line is whether it's actually drinkable, whether you'd rather pour it away. So there's everything from great down to drinkable, and there's shandy, and then there's pour it away. Cooking beer. Use it in a gravy, something maybe not even then. Yeah, and so if were I to have brewed this, I'd have to be proud enough of it. If this were mine, I'd stick some more hops in it next time around. The strength's good, the body's good. It's not undrinkable, and at 3.6, it's not weak. The malt flavour is what's the word? Yeah, it's nondescript. I think that's just a bit of crystal malt. I don't think. I mean, the thing is, if you were making a bitter on the cheap, you're not really going to splash out on many specialty malts. You just keep it simple. This one, I think I would just serve really cold like a lager. It's savoury like a lager. Actually, there is a slightly lagery aspect to it. I wonder if that could have been lager with a bit of crystal malt in it. Because even the hops, I mean, if you took away the malt in that, it would taste like a lager. And that's not what would happen if you took the malt out of a bitter, because you'd have English yeast and English hops. You know, I wonder if there's any clue. So it's saying allergy advised barley and wheat stored in a cool place. Suitable for veggies and vegans and lesbians. Scrub that. I can't say that. It's terrible. God. No, it doesn't tell you. I'm beginning to suspect that. I'm beginning to suspect that this isn't nicer because, yeah, it's brewed a bit like a lager, but with a bit of malt in it. Yeah, not the nicest thing. Well, I think I was so desperate for beer. I've had 2 dry days on the trot. I think maybe when I first tried it, I was so desperate to have a beer that I was maybe a little benevolent towards it. Yeah, it's also gassy like a lager. That's gassier than a bitter. So I'm thinking possibly lager malt, some sort of lager yeast, a bit of crystal malt, and I'm not sure about the hops. It could be lager hops. Yeah, the more I drink of this, the more I'm going off it. There's almost like a Pilsner twang to it. Wrong yeast. So you wanted something English, spicy. The wrong yeast, I think, and either the wrong hops or not enough of them. But for a budget, you could drink that. You'd get bored of it very quickly, though. Right, and because it's not especially brilliant quality product, I'm going to leave it there. I don't think I need to say much more about that. I'm going to hold my nose to drink the rest of this, but I need to get this down because I've got another review to squeeze in this morning, according to my own busy schedule. Did I say this morning? You know I didn't mean that. You know I'm just joking about that. It's just my little joke. I don't drink in the mornings. I mean I do, but it's things like tea or coffee or perhaps a little orange juice. Healthy in the morning. I'm thinking health, vigour, youth. I wake up every morning, I bounce right out of bed, spring in my step, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, raring to go. Just cannot wait to get my teeth into another brew review. Or whatever else I might happen to be doing that day. Yeah, anyway, enough said about that. Gonna get it polished off now. See you in the next review. Cheers, guys.